Well, lads, so today what we're going to be doing is talking about investing. Now, it's something that people, I guess, it's something you don't learn in school, but it's something that is very important in life. So essentially what we're going to be doing is I'm going to tell you guys different things you should be buying, basically to hold on to. And there's a reason, because obviously a lot of this stuff can basically go up in price as we progress in this 2k22 life cycle. So if you guys do want to enjoy today's video, smash a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new around here. We're very close to the big 13,000 subscribers. Now, in terms of like investing, so you guys might invest IRL, you guys might not. So basically I'm going to tell you guys the fundamentals of investing. I'm not too familiar with investing myself. I've done it, but in terms of like 2k, I very much know how to invest in stuff. So essentially what you're doing is buying something, holding on to it, and then just progressively watching it climb up in value. So what we're going to be doing, just first of all, there's mainly one thing that I tell you guys to invest in right now, and that is contracts. Just because contracts at the moment are, if you actively use a contract card, you are effectively losing MT. Because unless you're using a diamond player and using contracts on a diamond player, theoretically you're not losing MT. But if you're using, let's put it for example, if you use a Ruby card, to buy MT for a Ruby card, I think it's 240 MT for 5 games. Amethysts are 400 MT for 5 games, and then I think diamonds are roughly about 500 or something like that. So effectively, if you use like a +3 contract card on a Ruby, you're effectively losing MT, because obviously you could just go, you effectively could sell on that contract, and obviously then once the contract has sold, you can then basically make your MT back by just paying for the contracts, if that kind of makes sense. So essentially this is why contracts at the moment are dirt cheap, especially bronzes. Like if you try for like 9 minutes left, bronze contracts are listed up for 9 minutes. If you look at silvers at the moment are about 300, and golds are roughly about 450. So contracts at the moment are really cheap if you need to go buy them. But again, you shouldn't be buying them, because just basically because it's cheaper to just pay for MT rather than going to buy a contract to then apply it on. So if it prompts up your players out of contracts, don't apply a contract, just buy the 5-game thing that prompts up for MT or VC. Just buy that. Don't do it with VC, obviously, but just do it with MT. You will be saving yourself MT, believe it or not. So what we're actually investing in is, at the moment, we're investing in the stacks. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, you know what these contract stacks are. Essentially what a stack is, we'll talk about these badges in another video. Essentially what these stacks are is it's 20 contracts in one item. So if you look above me, you can see like a little gray bar underneath the actual contract. That essentially means it is a stack. If you don't know how to find stacks, essentially you just filter how you want. You set this to over 1,000 just because that's the cheapest you can list a stack for. And then you effectively just search how you want. If you go like a bronze stacks right now, bronze stacks are ridiculously cheap. Again, you have to hold on to these for a little bit, because obviously contracts aren't going to rise for, I'd say, a good few weeks. But again, a stack of contracts for 2,000 MT. I just bought 20 contracts for 2,000 MT. That's 200 each. But obviously we're not going to be selling them for 200 each. We're going to be selling them for probably 250, 300. It sort of just depends how much these contracts rise up to. So again, I'm going to buy this one as well, 2150. So essentially your goal is, once bronze contracts start to be a little more desired, potentially for spotlights, potentially for something else, you're then going to have so many contracts then to list up, because basically you then have 20 contracts that you can sell for at least 250 MT. So basically on that stack, I can make about 2,000 MT, because once you sell all the contracts for 250, you get 5,000 MT back, take off tax, you get 4,500 MT after tax. And I just bought 2 stacks for 2,000. So I've made effectively 5,000 MT once you can use these stacks of contracts. And you can do this with other ones as well. Like if you go to silvers, silvers I tend to pay a little bit more for, just because I know I can sell the silvers right now. So I set it to about 5k, just because if you sell a full stack of contracts for 300 MT, before tax you get 6k, after tax you get 5,400. So Right on cue, boys. Right on cue. I might make a full video on this contract method again because it's... Oh my god, it's so good. And so many people don't know about this method. But basically, I just got 20 stacks for 4K. And then what you do is, if you have contracts in your collection, which I already do, I'm going to send the entire 20 of these to my auctions. I'm going to list them up for 300 MT. Obviously, it might take a little bit to sell. But obviously, once contracts are then more in demand, probably for Spotlights, these contracts will literally be flying off the shelf. It's going to be ridiculous. So what I would do now, just for now, while the contracts are pretty much bare minimum, I would probably just list up a stack. I wouldn't list up 40 contracts or 50 contracts, just because if you want to obviously then sell a card and then buy a card, you have to wait 4 hours. So I'd only list about 20 of these up. Why am I doing this again? So yeah, we just replaced it. We're going to send these 2 back. Just because we're not looking to sell them yet. Also, as well, what you can do, if you haven't got your diamond contract yet, this is another thing I tell you guys to invest in. Diamond contracts at the moment are shooting up in price. Again, I don't know why, because I don't know who's put in diamond contracts on, like, silver, on, like, ruby and amethyst players, but they're currently 24k. If you can get a full stack of 20 for 2,000 MT in silvers, to get the actual... exchange for the contract, where is it? You need 30 bronze contracts, so obviously that's about 3,000 MT. You need the silver contracts, obviously that's probably about 5,000 MT, depending. And then the gold contracts, you have to be, you know, you have to be pretty much Hawkeye in the market. Let's actually go check, shall we? So I know at the moment you can buy gold contracts for 450. After tax, if you sell them all, you get 8,100. So anything under 8k, if I buy one, I know I can list it up for some profit. Obviously, buying one for 8k, I'm looking to buy it for a little bit cheaper than that. Let's be real. So up to the 3-hour mark, 3-hour, there's nothing here, unfortunately. So again, that's just a little tip if you want to get a if you want to get that diamond contract on the cheap, cheap, that's one way to do it. Just buy stacks and then just fill it up with these stack contracts. So I'm gonna quickly list these 20 up. I'm not gonna do it in the video because obviously that'll just be a waste of everyone's time. So again, guys, if you're looking to invest in stuff, I'd probably say contracts and well, pretty much contracts right now, just because they are so dirt cheap. It is pretty much ridiculous how cheap you can get these stacks for. And again, it's a very easy way to get that free diamond, not free diamond contract, but you know what it is. Like, it's a very easy and cheap way to get that diamond contract. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, lads. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please smash a like on the video and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new around here. As you guys later, take care. I'll give a massive shout out to channel members Zay, Gav, Gamer, Lindsay, Christian, Jay, Michael, and Michael again, Kia, and Jack. Thank you guys so much for all your support.